inflation would affect Nigeria's policies, Nigeria's foreign monetary policies, and what role do you think the CBN can play in this?
Right. It just claims that of direct, foreign direct investment, because they have to look at the environment and see if they can come. Because a place where you cannot easily get credit, that even if you get credit, you have very high interest rate. People want to do business in that. So for me, I think this will reduce the MPR very, very well, so that people can easily go to the bank and borrow money to do business. Once they have money to borrow to do business, business will thrive. Employment, we have more employment, and we have more in terms of the gross domestic product for the country. And more so, it will also agenda MSME to come into business, to do more business.
Okay, so how would this reduction in inflation influence Nigeria's monetary policy currently, and how will it help their decisions, particularly regarding interest rates?
Now, if you look at monetary policy decision, like I said earlier, there is a way CBN is working on an hawkish approach. Now, the hawkish approach simply means that we want to make sure that inflation comes down by all means, and we are trying to sacrifice growth for it. So we must move side by side. You can't say because we want interest rate to go down, inflation to go down, that you will sacrifice the GDP. So I think we must start working whereby there will be increments in growth. If you look at the what we call the custom is increasing their tariff every day, and by the time they increase more tariff, it simply discourage businesses. And these are the things. So the monetary policy cannot do something, and the fiscal policy are doing something different. They must come together to work together so as to have a better economy in Nigeria.
Okay. All right. You've mentioned some of solutions that you think, but as an economist, just wrap it up and tell us what are some of the strategies you think both the Central Bank of Nigeria and the government can implement to keep this inflation rate steady declining?
Right. If you look at the excuses of the Central Bank, they said that there are more money in circulation, and that's why they are approaching things in that manner. But I can tell you that it is the more money they have is just more of a government money, because every private sector now is finding it difficult to even raise capital for business, and government need to change their dimension. So since we have more increments in federal government allocation, and federal government, state and local government are now share about 1.3 trillion. Unlike before that they shared 600 billion. That's part of the money that they think is in circulation. But the question now is that I think this government should start having a kind of project-type money. When you give state government money, give them direction. Spend 10% on agriculture, spend social percentage on this. Because if they don't do that, they will just spend the money the way they like, and it will not benefit the economy. A good example is the Niger State. Look at Niger State. Most of the allocation that Niger State got is going into agriculture. I can tell you the result is there for them.
Okay, Mr. Aliyu, so just before we go, for those who are watching at home and they're hearing this story, what do you think, what impact would this decline have on them, for the average Nigerian and in their day-to-day lives? What impact does this decline in inflation have on them?
Well, basically, we are in a critical time now that every household must be very, very careful in their spending. And now it simply means that you must go ahead with what you need, spend on what you need, not what you want. This is not the time that you just go galvanizing and spend, because you are going to pay for it in the long run. So I would advise every household to critically look at what they actually need and chef away with what they want, because your wants cannot be just like a school fee now. There is no excuse, you must pay those ones. Shelter, you must pay it. But other sundry issues that are not what you actually need immediately, you can just reduce in that area and focus on what you need. Every household must look into that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali, for joining us on Business Daily. We do appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll take